Hey, what's up guys? My name is Matt Black Knight, and in today's video we're going to be looking at a game that was played between Viswanathan Anand and Magnus Carlson. This game was played for the 2013 World Chess Championship, one of the many games that helped Magnus secure the title of World Chess Champion at the age of 24. I am 24. This is why I will never be a grandmaster. Let's get into the video. So out of the 10 games that Viswanathan, Anand, and Magnus Carlson played back in 2013, I chose this one because it is an opening that I played, and one of the few games in that series that did not end in a tie. Let's take a look. So basically what we had here was an English invitation that turned into Queen's Gambit Declined. I do not typically play the English, but Queen's Gambit Declined is something that I play often. I'm very, very proficient at the Queen's Gambit, but nothing like this. So the goal of this channel is to learn. In the first few videos we made, we learned from our mistakes, and in the last video we learned from our amazing moves and our mistakes. Today we're just going to be looking at an incredible set of moves. I have never played this line of the Queen's Gambit. I've never played it. Maybe I should. I don't know. This is what I've seen before. So typically, I'm gonna talk about myself because I'm an idiot. And you may fall into the same mistakes that I do. And I don't want you to. What I would play is something like this. But Magnus confidently plays this knowing that this is a mistake to do that. So let's move forward. Just he's got incredible opportunity. He's taking control of the center. Anand is gonna punch right back, drops it back to protect his king, tries to take more control, take more central squares. Magnus is completely unfazed. Just tries to drop back, take away protection here. Brings in more protection here. It's incredible. And he's just on an island. He's not threatening anything. So just leave it. I tend to play too aggressive. I don't know how I would even play this. This is so crazy. I'm just dumbfounded at the level of play here. I mean, it's not surprising it's a World Chess Championship, but I mean, there's a lot of lessons we can learn from this. Okay, brings in further support for this because it's under a double attack. Now he's got triple protection. Okay. And instead of doing something crazy, he just brings his queen up, further protecting this, giving the same amount of protection, which is already great, and with the idea to castle, giving even further protection. This is something that you would not see in lower level chess. Usually you would see, let's just trade everything. And instead, Anand comes in and he tries to attack the base here, further weakening this. And opening up attacks on the king. So now we have incredible protection. Even if he goes there, Magnus just takes right back with a pawn. Amazing. Great. And that's what we see happen. Then he drops it back to make this piece a little bit more active and less under threat. Because right now, right here, it's doing nothing. That little retreat allows Magnus to start attacking. So you see an exchange here, trading knights, weakening this position on the side. Trading queens. And you'll notice that Anand's pieces are on the back line. And Carlson's pieces are far more active. See what Magnus does. You see him move here, taking himself off of the white squares because we've got extreme attacks here. These are the pieces that he's going to want to advance. He has the advantage on this side right now. He has the advantage on this side. This side is really weak. Carlson is holed up here. He's going to want to use these pieces to defend him. This blocked here. This is not able to infiltrate with two pawns. So he's going to want to push this side because he has the advantage. So he's not going to want to castle here. And then of course Carlson starts trying to pick off pawns. Pushes right back. I believe the idea here is that Carlson is trying to attack this bishop. The only move here that stops that is this. And we see it played. We get that attack, basically just securing the position of this, locking this bishop in its corner. It's been stuck right here for the entire game. This bishop has had way more freedom than this one has. Then you see now, this knight is the only thing protecting this pawn from being captured by the bishop. Anand goes after the knight, trying to force it away. Carlson ignores it, trades a knight for a bishop. Now his bishop is under threat. What does he do in response? He could capture, lose this, be in a basically tied position. Instead he threatens the rook. Threatens right back. He takes the pawn. The idea with that was great. It was attraction to draw him away from this pawn to stop it from being able to push forward as easily. Now he's got control of this column, a lot of control of this column. Still pretty much an even game. He's looking to come in, take this. The response here, I believe it's just to bring the rooks together, become a lot more just basically take this rook and be a lot more active. Possibly bring this in, start knocking out pawns here. Yep, exactly what I thought. Just bringing this in. He has really strong battery here. It's looking really good for him, for Magnus. Great defense here. Stopping Magnus from absolutely steamrolling into the back rank. Drops his bishop, give a little bit more defense here, allow this to post up, giving his rook a little bit more freedom to move along this parallel. Anand puts pressure on the king, pinning the bishop to the king. Magnus comes in. He is looking to put pressure here, but he needs to move his king out. Still posting up here, stopping the bishop from coming in, attacking, separating his two rooks. Now he can't post up here, he can attack here. He's got a lot of options. His king move, though subtle, is incredible. And of course, Anand strikes right back, saying, I'm not going to allow you to go here, and I'm going to threaten your pawn. Magnus protects it. Anand comes in, brings his bishop, makes it a lot more active, so you can promote here, provide some lines of attack for the rook. Magnus takes that away, gives additional protection here. With that additional protection, the bishop is allowed to take here if there were some ideas of attack on this pawn. Check. Does not want him to keep that position. Possibly putting pressure on this bishop. Magnus brings it right back, securing a defense on both these pawns and the bishop. Anand finally takes control of the D file with the idea to pressure the king, put even more further pressure on the king. Magnus doesn't allow this, brings his rook up to prevent it. Now he's putting pressure on the pawn. It cannot really go anywhere, but increasing that pressure is a good thing. Magnus goes for the bishop, trying to get that out of the equation, possibly take one of these pawns, giving him total advantage on this side of the board to push these pawns in tandem. Anand's options here are basically just retreat or put additional pressure on this bishop. It's exactly what he does, puts pressure on that bishop. Instead of capturing, I believe that at my level, that would just be an easy take. That would be a thoughtless take. See exactly how that would play out. Now you've taken away squares from the king. He's very locked into a corner here. Bringing this pawn, you're in a lot of trouble. Still a very even game, but it doesn't take much to tip that balance. Magnus decides to keep his bishop. So we're gonna get more pressure here with the pawn coming in. Now Magnus is attacking the rook. This was a possibility before with this going on. But now he's attacking the rook. Not really a possibility anymore. Pawns played, defending the rook and making this attack a very strong one. Magnus brings in the rook to help defend. Incredibly claustrophobic over here. The king can no longer move. There's also no way for them to check, for Anand to check here. Pushes the pawn. There is not much for Anand to do here. Magnus attacks the pawn, hoping to get a free pawn. It looks like he will. While restricting Anand's movements back to come support this mess. Anand strikes back, pushes this again, triple attacking this pawn with only double protection. Magnus pushes this knowing that this pawn is already lost. It's lost. Triple attack, double protection. No way to protect this pawn without also giving up this pawn. Anand captures. Magnus captures back. Anand captures again. Very, very even game. The imbalance here is with the two pawns on this side and all of Anand's pawns very isolated. Both of which under attack at the moment. Anand cannot keep both of these pawns. Magnus takes them instantly. Anand goes in to protect the second pawn. This is a very claustrophobic situation for Magnus here. Still no way to mate. If I were in this position, I would be very, very, very nervous. My rook is under attack. And my king's movement is incredibly restricted. Magnus comes in, starts trying to take this advantage. Take this advantage on the king's side and take it even further, pushing these pawns forward. Anand strikes back, trying to take out this bishop, going here or here. Puts a lot of pressure on the king in addition to the bishop. Magnus ignores it, goes for the check, pushing his pawns even further, even closer to promotion, and giving his bishop an escape. Now he's looking to skewer the king and the bishop, grabbing a pawn in the process, being up 2 pawns in an endgame. See how Anand responds. Check. You can still go here. Anand wants to grab both these pawns before they are a problem for him. Magnus takes advantage of it, gets the skewer. He knows now that with this skewer, trading the bishops and grabbing a pawn in the process, this will no longer be check. He captures this, Anand captures this, grabs the pawn, and he's just up a pawn in the endgame. Checks him further in order to promote this. Then trades the bishops with the pawn as a bonus. Now Magnus is just up a pawn. Again, it's exactly what I was talking about. Anand takes one, Magnus takes one right back. Anand comes in threatening this pawn, trying to level out the playing field. What Magnus does is push this past pawn, nothing in its way. No way to truly defend except for moving the rook here, because the king will be outside this box. With another rook, very little chance of him stopping that if he doesn't drop back. Now he's just up a pawn. His only chance is to push this one. He tries to backpedal, go for that. It is too late. Magnus will push here. Anand goes here. Pushes it further. One step away. There is no way for Anand to take this out without support from the king. And that loses him the pawn. Trading rooks with an additional pawn, but Magnus has one pawn that he still hasn't even utilized. He pushes it forward, and Anand realizes there is just too much of a material difference. There is no way to take this pawn and prevent this. And Anand resigns. There are players at the GM level at my age right now, and they achieve that by playing since they were 6. Now, I learned to play chess when I was 7 too. This is on another level. And I did not play, and again, until I was 16. Incredible. Alright, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, drop a like. If you disliked it, drop a dislike. I would appreciate that. If you really liked it, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to go down below in the comments to tell me your favorite and least favorite part of the video. Just going right down the center. Neutrality. You can also follow me on Twitch. I love you. I care about you. Until next time.